Hello and welcome to Schrödinger's cat and myself Devrata here. So in our previous lecture we had discussed the limit and the derivatives from class 11, and in today's class I will teach you the topic the application of derivatives. So we will do here the chapter summary in a nutshell and previous year problem coming in JEE Main and Advanced, and so that you can increase your problem solving skill and know how to approach the problem. So I think after doing this problem you will be able to all types of problem coming in JEE Main and Advanced and the application of derivatives. So we will cover here the rate of change of quantities, increasing and decreasing functions, tangents and normals, approximation, maxima and minima, and the total number of questions coming in this entrance like JEE Main from this chapter in JEE Main 2 or 3 and the JEE Advanced. 2 questions are come from this chapter. So let's get started. So first of all, the application of derivatives. So basically the first of all the tangents and the normals. The tangents and normals. So suppose this is a graph that 0, x and the y. Suppose this is a curve and at this point this the angle the psi, and this is the point x1 and the y1, and this is the curve y equal to fx. So here the gradient or slope, gradient or called the slope, that slope means dy dx is equal to tan psi, psi with the angle making in the x axis. Next, equation of tangent on given curve, equation of tangent at point x1 y1 on the curve y equal to fx. So this is the equation equation of tangent. Equation of tangent, for your better clarification I just teach you with writing and given an example with the graphical expression. So equation of tangent at point x1 y1 on the curve y equal to fx. Okay, so this will become y minus y1 is equal to just a minute. I just fixed my board. Y equal to y1, that is equal to dy dx at the point x1 y1 into x minus x1. This is the equation of tangent at the point x1 y1. Y minus y1 equal to dy dx at the point x1 y1 into x minus x1. Next, the angle of intersection of two curves. Suppose that this is a curve of x and the y. Suppose this is a curve and here is another. So this is y equal to phi x and that is y equal to fx. So here this is 1, it should be upper side here, this one, and here the second one with this type. Just carefully. Okay, this one. This be the psi 1 and that is the psi 2. Suppose this is the angle of theta. So here the angle of intersection. The angle of intersection be the theta equal to tan inverse slope of one curve, that m1 with difference m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. This is the equation of intersect, where the m1 be the tan psi 1, tangent of psi 1, and the m2 tangent of psi 2. Clear? So condition for two curves touch each other. So two curves touch each other means what? Theta equal to 0 degree. I just write that the two curves touch each other. I just write in your digital board, so my handwriting is some scatter. So here the theta be the 0 degree, that the tan 0 degree, tan 0 equal to 0, that m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2, that is m1 equal to m2. This is the condition. Next, condition for orthogonal intersection. This is the 4. This is the 3-1 part, and the second part, the orthogonal intersection. So for the orthogonal intersection, theta be the 90 degree. So tan 90, that is equal to infinity, equal to m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2, or the m1 m2, that would be what? Minus 1. So this is the condition. Next, the normal. Normal means this is a curve y equal to fx. This is a tangent. This is a tangent at this point P. This is a curve AB. At the point P, this be the tangent. I just write T. And at the tangent, this be the normal. So here the normal RP, that is defined by N. This is origin X and the Y. So equation of normal at the point x1 y1. This point be the x1 y1 and the curve y equal to fx. So the equation of normal at the point x1 y1 on curve, that y equal to fx, be what? This be the dy dx at the point x1 y1. I just teach you this slowly for your better concept and clarification, into y minus this point y1, okay, plus x minus this point x1 would be 0. So the equation of normal become dy dx at the point x1 y1 into y minus y1 plus x minus x1 equal to 0. Now these special cases, that special case that suppose when tangent is parallel to x-axis, tangent is parallel to x-axis, this one, tangent is parallel to x-axis, that means the dy dx is equal to 0. This is the condition. Next, tangent is normal to x-axis. Tangent is normal or perpendicular to x-axis. So here the condition dx dy would be 0. These be the two conditions for this. So next one, that one thing is the maxima minima. And we just discussed already in your previous lecture that the Rolle's and the Lagrange's mean value theorem. So here we now discuss the maxima minima condition. So first of one, the monotonic function. Monotonic function means first of one, the increasing function. Increasing function means a function fx, we already discussed, I think, said to be increasing function, fx increasing in the interval ab if the x1 less than x2 and the function of x1 less than function of x2 for all x1 x2 belongs to AB. This is the definition of increasing function. Next, the decreasing function. So a function fx said to be the decreasing in the interval AB if x1 less than x2 and the function of x1 should be greater than the function of x2 for all x1 x2 that belongs to this interval AB. Okay. Next, the maxima and minima. So rule for finding maxima and minima. So first derivative state, this is the first one, first derivative test. So if first derivative states that if f dash at c is equal to 0 and the function first derivative f dash x changes sign from positive to negative, f dash x changes sign, I just write positive to negative, then C is a point of local maxima, then C is a point of local maxima. And next, this is the first, and the second, that f dash c and the f dash x changes sign from negative to positive, then the point C is a point of local minima. So these are the two conditions of maxima minima. And next one, the rule for maxima minima finding. So step 1, this is the step 1. So first find f dash x. Fx be a function y equal to fx. So first you should first derivative. Step 2, solve for f dash x should be 0. Okay, let's it's be root abc, then these are candidates of maxima and minima. Okay, f dash x should be 0. Step 3, that determine the sign of f dash x for values of x slightly less than c, and that for values x slightly greater than c. So you have to find the sign of f dash x. Okay, that for x greater c or and less than c. This is step 3. So now we already discussed that if f dash x changes sign positive to negative as x increasing through c, then x is a point of maxima, and point of maxima, so f dash x changes sign positive to negative as x increasing through c, x increasing with this c. Okay, then the minima, that f dash x changes sign from negative to positive, the reverse, with xc increasing, then x equal to c is a point of maxima and minima. This is the definition. Next, the second derivative test. So I just summarize in mathematical formula. So working rule for second derivative state. Second derivative test, that find f dash x first. This is the first. Second, f dash x should be 0. Each value of x so obtained is a candidate of maxima or minima. Let x equal to c be a point on its, let x equal to c be one point of its, be one of its point, be one of its point. This is the main beauty, that find the f double dash x and put, I just write for your better concept, x equal to c to get what? f double dash x equal to c means f double dash c. F double dash x, so at x equal to c it would become f double dash c, and this is the condition now that second order derivative at this point f double dash c less than 0. This is called the maxima. Less than 0 means x equal to c is a point of local maxima. Okay. Next, the f double dash x at the point x equal to c, so f double dash c if greater than 0, then this should be the called x equal to c is a point of local minima, and if f double dash c is equal to 0, then use the first derivative test. This is called, basically this is maxima minima, and this is called the basically the stable. This is basically the less than 0 means the stable maxima, stable equilibrium, and this is unstable equilibrium in some physical concept. Okay, stable equilibrium, non-stable equilibrium, or unstable equilibrium, and this is the normal equation, and I just define it that use the first derivative state. Use the first derivative test, and the total three condition holds one together. This be called the extrema or interimum, extremum, interimum, hold the three condition together. So we just conclude here our theory discussion part of the topic, the application of derivatives. So switched our lecture into problem discussion session. This be our theory part. Now switched, go at our next problem part. So first of one, the question coming in JEE Main 2020, recent type of question, it says that, so if the surface area of a cube is increasing at a rate of 3.6 semi square per second, retaining its shape, then the rate of changes of its volume in semi cube per second when the length of a side of a cube is 10 semi is what? So you have given the rate of surface area and you have to find the rate of volume. So first I just advise you that you just pause this video and read out the question very carefully, and after try yourself by your own, and after I also doing here the solution, and after trying of its your own, you just go through our solution that I just do here. So here is given that let this height of a cube A and S be the surface area. The height A and the surface area, that is the S. Okay. Next, S equal to what? S be the 6 square. This is the formula of cube. Now ds dt. ds dt means, or ds dt means 12a dA dt. Okay, that imply 3.6, this is given, equal to 12a dA dt. Okay, next, or 12 into 10 dA dt, that would become 3.6, or you have to find the value of dA dt from here. dA dt would be what? 0.03. So you have to find the rate of change of volume. So V equal to what? For a cube, V equal to a cube, the volume, and take derivative both sides with respect to t. You just write the differentiate both sides with respect to that dWr to t both sides. Okay, that would become the dV dt, or dV dt equal to 3a square dA dt. So you have to find this rate of change of volume. So a means 10, 3 into 10 square, and dA dt you just got that 0.03 means 3 by 100. So after calculation you would get the value 9. So here the option would be the 9. D would be the correct answers. So I think you just able to understand this type of problem solution. So next, go ahead, our next problem, that from the JEE Advanced 2014, it says that if f such that 0 infinity to r be given by fx equal to integration 1 by x to x exponential minus t plus 1 by t by t into dt. So then fx is monotonically increasing on 1 infinity, monotonically decreasing on 0 1, fx plus f of 1 by x equal to 0 for all x belongs to 0 infinity, and f 2 to the power x is an odd function of x on r. This is a MSQ type question. MSQ means the multiple select questions. One or more than one answer should be the correct. So here I just write you one thing, that here this is given 1 by t dt. Suppose this is given here the dt by t. You just pronounce here that the 1 by t dt. This is correct. You should not be pronounced this form that dt by t. This is incorrect mathematically. Basically the operator, you just, it should be multiply with the inner product, that 1 by t dt. Okay. So first of all you just try to solve yourself. That here, and one thing here is given the integration I. We just discussed the derivative in class 11, and the integration we just discussed in the next class from class 12, the integration and the application of integrals, definite and indefinite. So you just keep in mind this formula and go ahead our next lecture for your integration, this part. So fx is given here, the function of x, that is the integration 1 by x to x exponential minus of t plus 1 by t divided by t dt. Okay, this is the fx. So you have to find the first derivative of this function, so or the f dash x. Okay, you just do yourself. So f dash x means that I just do here the chain rule of the multiplication format. So 1 into e to the power x means e to the power x exponential minus, put on the limit, means 1 by x to x. So what would become the x plus 1 by x, okay, divide by x, and the differentiation of 1 by x, that the minus 1 by x square into the exponential minus of 1 by x plus x divided by 1 by x. This would be the differentiation of this form of this function, that is equal to, so e to the power minus x plus 1 by x divided by x, minus minus plus, and the exponential minus x plus 1 by x divided by x, and that would become that 2 exponential minus of x plus 1 by x divided by x. This would become the final calculation. So h, the f dash x first order derivative of this function is greater than 0. This is be the positive, this is the plus here, for all x belongs to 0 to infinity. Okay, so fx is monotonically increasing. We just discussed in a theory class the what should be the called the monotonically increasing or decreasing. On the 0 to infinity. Okay, so at 0 and infinity, this be the monotonically increasing. So option A is correct. Option A is correct, monotonically increasing, and decreasing is not correct. B should not be correct, wrong. So next, third option. And one thing, for MSQ type question, you have to check the all the 4 options. So now the fx plus f of 1 by x, so put this value equal to integration 1 by x to x. Fx means exponential of minus t plus 1 by t divided by t dt plus 1 by x, so limit should be changed here, okay, x to 1 by x, and here the exponential minus t plus 1 by t divided by t dt. Okay, fine. Next, so that imply fx plus f of 1 by x, that would be 0 for all x belongs to 0 infinity. So now the fourth option, let the another function gx, that the f of 2 to the power x, this is given f of 2 to the power x. So this would be what? So you have to find x changes to 2 to the power x. So integration limit should be changed here. So 2 to the power minus x to 2 to the power x. So one thing is that this is the 4 marks question, JEE Advanced. So you have to calculate the rigorous calculation should be done here. So 2 to the power minus x to 2 to the power x, and the function would be exponential of minus t plus 1 by t divided by t dt. Okay, so that would be equal to, here the z of minus x would be f of 2 to the power minus x, and the z of x, that would be given already f of 2 to the power x. Okay, So this would become the integration 2 to the power x to 2 to the power minus x. We just change this integral, the limit, that exponential of minus t plus 1 by t divided by t into dt, that should be the minus of gx. So when the f of minus x should be minus of f of x, that would be the odd function. We just discussed in the relation and function class. So when f of minus x should be the positive of fx, that should be the even function, belongs to 2n, and it belongs to 2n minus 1. Okay, so this is a odd function, this will be the odd. So f 2 to the power x is a odd function of x on R, so D would be the correct. So here in the MSQ question, option C also be correct, because we just got here the fx plus f of 1 by x is equal to 0, this statement. So C be the correct. Okay, and one thing, that here the fx is monotonically increasing in the range we have find the x belongs to 0 to infinity, and here the option is given monotonically increasing at 1 to infinity. Mind it, sorry, but I did not clarify it. Here we found the 0 to infinity, but it is given the 1 to infinity, so this would be the wrong. Okay, so here option C and D, these two would be the correct. Option C and D would be the correct. Go ahead, our next question. Very carefully solving this question, MSQ type of question, very important. MSQ and NAT for your JEE Advanced or main also. If the line y equal to 4 plus kx, k greater than 0, is the tangent to the parabola y equal to x minus x square at the point P and V is the vertex of the parabola, then the slope of the line through P and V is what? 3 by 2, 26 by 9, 5 by 2, 23 by 6. JEE Main question, first do yourself, and after you just look upon my solution, we just do here. So first you should carefully read out the questions. So here point P satisfy the equation of the curve, because this is a point on that parabola. So I first draw this graph of this function. Okay, so this is origin x dashed and the y dashed. This is parabola that x square equal to 4ay. X square negative, mind it. Y square 4x, that would be y square equal to 4x. Parabola means y square equal to 4x, that should be this one, and the x square equal to 4ay, that should be this one, and here minus of x square, so that should be this one. So this would be the graph of this parabola. This is the parabola, and the straight line, that this one, the straight line y equal to 4 plus kx, and this is the parabola that y equal to x minus x square. So here this would be the point of what? 0, 4. And this point would be what? This point would be half 1 by 4. You just solve these two equation and you would be get. And suppose the point would be this point, this is P, that alpha and alpha minus alpha square. This is basically the abscissa. Let assume. So here that the let abscissa of the point P be alpha. This P, the point be alpha. Let us assume. So y equal to given x minus x square. So let the abscissa AB SCI SSA, abscissa of point P be alpha. So alpha should be satisfy this equation. So y equal to alpha minus alpha square. Okay. So slope of tangent P equal to slope of line AP. That line should be AP. This is the A and that is the P, AP line. So slope of tangent P, slope of tangent at P, that is equal to what? That is equal to slope of line AP by observation. So slope of tangent equation what? 1 minus 2x at this point, that alpha and the alpha minus alpha square. Okay, that is equal to what? 1 minus 2 alpha. So now this would be what? Put this value, alpha minus alpha square minus 4 divided by alpha. So calculate. So alpha minus 2 alpha square, that would become alpha minus alpha square minus 4. So you have got the alpha value plus minus 2. So alpha value plus minus 2. So taking this alpha minus 2, first case. So x should be what? Minus 2 and the y should be what? Minus 6. So the P point would be minus 2 and the minus 6. Okay, this is the combined type of questions, geometry as well as the differentiation with conic section and the straight line. So this is coming in JEE Main. JEE Main type questions are more harder and the conceptual, and also the rigorous calculation should be done here. So slope of PV, this P and this point be the V, this slope. So M be the slope of PV, that would be what? M1 difference M2 divided by 1 plus M1 M2. Put this formula. So 1 by 4 plus 6 divided by half plus 2. That should be what? 5 by 2. Okay, 5 by 2. So 5 by 2 would be your answer. Option C is correct, 5 by 2. So try to understand this question, very important, conceptual, and as well the formula keep in mind, and another is rigorous calculation. Okay, go ahead, our next problem, question number 4. We discuss 5 important questions. This is JEE Advanced recent questions 2022. is saying that let alpha be summation k1 to infinity sin to the power 2k pi by 6, let g such that 0 1 2 r be the function defined by gx equal to 2 to the power alpha x plus 2 to the power alpha into 1 minus x. Then which one of the following statement each or are true? The minimum value of gx is 2 to the power 7 by 6. The maximum value of gx is 1 plus 2 to the power 1 by 3. The function gx attains its maximum at more than one point. The function gx attains its minimum at more than one point. So this is MSQ type questions. One or more than answer one should be the correct. So you first read out carefully the questions, and after look upon my solution in the blackboard. This is the JEE Advanced type questions, very important. So here is given that, so you have to check out the 4 option first. So alpha is equal to summation sin x, x means pi by 6 and sin to the power 2k, okay, that is equal to summation, so sin square pi by 6 to the power k, okay, correct. That be the summation 1 by 4 to the power k. Sin square pi by 6 means 1 by 2 square means 1 by 4 to the power k. So alpha, that be the 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 square plus 1 by 4 cube plus dot dot, okay. That should be what? This is in the infinite series. So infinite series summation rule, that infinite series summation rule we just discussed the series and sequence chapter from class 11, 1 by 1 minus r, okay. So this be the 1 by 4 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4, that would be the 1/3. Now z such that 0 1 2 r, this is the relation. So that imply is given gx be a function that 2 to the power alpha x, this is given, plus 2 to the power alpha into 1 minus x. So you have to calculate that equal to put this value of alpha. So 2 to the power x by 3, okay, plus 2 to the power 1/3 1 minus x. Put this value alpha equal to 1/3. So this would become 2 to the power x by 3 plus 2 to the power 1/3 into 2 to the power minus x by 3. So you have to find or first order derivative of this function g dash x. So g dash x would be 1/3, should become first 2 to the power x by 3 minus, just differentiate both sides, 2 to the power 1/3 into 2 to the power minus x by 3 into log 2, first order derivative, and first order derivative should be 0 by the Maxima Minima condition. We also discussed in chapter summary in an Arcel class. That would be the 1/3 2 to the power x by 3. So this would be equal to 1/3, just calculate, 2 to the power 1/3 2 to the power minus x by 3. So or 2 to the power 2x by 3, this left hand side, and the right hand side 2 to the power 1/3. So, or you have to find the value of x, that would become the half. X value should be half. So, x equal to half be a critical point. This is the critical point in the mathematical language, or this is called in the physics language critical point. So, g at x equal to 0 would be what? G0. That would be the 1 plus 2 to the power 1/3, and the z1 would be what? 1 plus 2 to the power 1/3, and so that the z would be what? 2 to the power 1 by 6 plus 2 to the power 1 by 6. So that would be the 2 to the power 1 by 6. So 1 plus 1 by 6, 2 to the power 7 by 6. So graph of gx, this is very important. Gx graph in the interval 0, 1, check this option. So this is a reference point with 0, half and the 1. So graph would be this one. So this point be the 1, this point be the 1, and the 1 plus 2 to the power 1/3. This is 1 point, and this be the 0 and 1 plus 2 to the power 1/3. And this point is half 2 to the power 7 by 6 by this reference point. This is the x dashed. Okay. So by the observation, that so the maximum value of this function, the maximum value of the function in the range 0, 1 should be what? 1 plus 2 to the power 1/3, and the minimum value in the range 0, 1 should be what? 2 to the power 7 by 6. This by this graph, and gx attains its maximum value. Gx attains its maximum value at what? This is 0 and 1. This 0 and the 1. This is the maximum value. So I just write the gx attains its maximum value at 0 and 1. So tell me the which options are be the correct. A should be correct. The minimum value of gx is 2 to the power 7 by 2. We just get here. And another B should be the correct. The maximum value, this one, 1 plus 2 to the power 1/3. And C, the function gx attains its maximum at more than 1 point. More than 1 point. So 1, 0 and 1. So more than 1. C would be the correct. And the function gx attains its minimum at more than 1 point. Minimum point more than 1. This is wrong. So A, B, C would be the correct answer. Next, last problem in today's class. Recent type of questions, JEE Main 2023, it says that if the local maxima value of a function fx is root 3t by sin x by 2 sin x to the power sin square x, that x belongs to 0 to pi by 2 is k by e, then you have to find the value of k by e to the power 8 plus k to the power 8 by e to the power 5 plus k to the power 5 plus k to the power 8 is equal to what? Try to solve yourself, and after look upon my homework, my whiteboard for your answer. This is the JEE Main question. Rigorous calculation should be done here. So first of all, that let us assume let px, this is the y that is defined as the given function root 3e divided by 2 sin x to the power sin square x. Okay, for x belongs to 0 to pi by 2. So take log ln both side, or ln y, that would be the sin square x into ln root 3e divided by 2 sin x, root 3e divided by 2 sin x. And one thing is that this root over should be within the e, this one. So that is equal to the sin square x ln root 3 minus ln 2 sin x. So here now differentiating with respect to x both side. So ln y means 1 by y, that imply 1 by y into y dash is equal to, so sin square x, this is the multiple product of the differentiation as it is, and here should be the ln root 3e minus ln 2 sin x, differentiation mean dashed, plus sin square x dash differentiation and the ln as it is root 3e minus ln 2 sin x. Okay, so this would become the sin square x as it is, and this would be the 0 minus, this is the constant, should be 0 minus 1 by 2 sin x into cos x plus the differentiation would be the 2 sin x cos x, and ln as it is ln root 3 minus ln 2 sin x. So now for local maxima, we just discussed the local maxima. So first order derivative should be 0. So this should be 0 here. That implies the sin x cos x into 2 ln root over 3 minus 2 ln 2 sin x minus 1, that should be 0. First order derivative of the function should be 0. So or calculate, so it would become the 2 ln root 3 minus 2 ln 2 sin x minus 1 should be 0, because what? Because x is belongs to given 0 to pi by 2. Okay, So this would become, or ln 3e by e is equal to what? 2 ln 2 sin x. Simple mathematics do here. So, or this should be half ln 3, that is equal to ln 2 sin x. Okay, that imply the sin x should be what? Sin x should be root 3 by 2. This is the value of the sin x. So local maximum value, the maximum value would be what? The root 3 divided by 2 into root 3 by 2 to the power what? 3 by 4. That is equal to what? That is equal to root e to the power 3 by 4. So it would become e to the power 3 by 8. It would become k by e. This is given, k by e. So here, from here, the k would become what? E to the power 11 by 8. Okay. Therefore means this one would be what? You have to find this value, the k by e to the power 8 plus k to the power 8 by e to the power 5 plus k to the power 8. Put this value here, e cube. So k equal to e to the power 11 by 8. So it would become the e cube plus e to the power 6 plus e to the power 11. 11 by 8, so it would become 11. It would become 6 and the 3. So e cube plus e to the power 6 plus e to the power 11 would be the answer. So I think you option B, e cube plus e to the power 6 plus e to the power 11. B would be the correct answers. Next. So now we just finished the 5 important questions. So for your better practice, clarification and understanding, I usually give you 5 another important homework. You just pause this video and take a screenshot quickly. First of one is the coming is the JEE Main 2022. Second one be JEE Main 2022. Third one be the JEE Advanced 2013. Fourth one the JEE Main 2023, and the last one Advanced 2013. So I think you'd be able to take a screenshot of this homework. So last in our contact section that solve this homework, and if anyone needs this file of my YouTube lecture, just mail with no hesitation with this ID catsorinjust1935@gmail.com. So last but not the least, thank you very much. Stay well and happy. Have a good day. Bye bye.